Welcome back to Console Crapshoot, where we spin a wheel to play a random video game on original hardware. We have been on a roll lately. Carl has picked a lot of good games. Let's see what system he's going to choose for us today. Oh, Carl heard something, and he ran away. I think I jinxed it. The Sega 32X. We've got 37 games on the wheel for the 32X, and honestly, not very many of them are any good. So this will be a matter of seeing just how bad. BC Racers. Heard of it, but never played it. Alright, let's fire everything up, choose our weapon, and see just how bad this is. It's funny if you actually think about it, the name of the game is Before Christ Racers. So let's quickly talk about the 32X for a second. As you may know, it was an add-on for the Sega Genesis. Its strengths were added like sprite scaling, as you can see here. The Genesis couldn't do this kind of zooming in and out of sprite scaling. But what a lot of people who didn't have 32Xs didn't realize is kind of how it worked. Not always, but in most cases, the 32X was handling the characters and the sprite scaling in the front, and the Genesis would actually render something a little less heavy, like the backgrounds. And basically how it worked was there was two video outputs that kind of piggybacked and into one and combined into one image. So the Genesis is rendering the background, let's say, and the 32X is doing what you're seeing here in the foreground. Let's look at some of these characters. Damn, Granite and Tina looking good, ladies. You got like this Chester Cheetah looking guy. So Chuck and Junior. So this is actually a spin-off of the Chuck Rock games for the Sega Genesis. And Chuck Rock and his son Junior make an appearance here. You got like this Elvis looking dude. And I guess we have to talk about this. So you got the two black characters. Cool. They named them Jimmy and Bob. I guess, you know, one of them has a guitar and they're named after Jimi Hendrix and Bob Marley. I wouldn't go as far as to say this is racist, but it's just stupid. Like, oh, we got two black characters. What black people have we heard of? Jimi Hendrix and Bob Marley are some ha 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 ha. It's just kind of idiotic, maybe. I don't know what standard I'm expecting BC Racers to hold up, but yeah, that's lame. Granite and Tina, however, stacked. If only Jimmy and Bob were built like that, then I could overlook some shit. Alright, so let's talk about the gameplay. The 32X could do things that the Genesis couldn't do, but that doesn't mean it did those things very well. As you can see, the frame rate on this game is really, really bad. It's actually making me kind of dizzy as I play the game. The controls are pretty wonky. Can't see anything on this map. Yeah, and I guess the main feature here is kind of the sprite scaling, but it's kind of unpleasant to look at. Unlike Granite and Tina. I mean, when you hit a jump and you're turning in midair, you can kind of turn with the same effect that you could if you were touching the ground. It doesn't make much sense. Gotta have an ice level. Oh, those proportions. Before Christ. Difficulties. You got easy, medium, hard. Oh, rock hard. Alright, so not much to this one, so not much to say about it. Let's get right to it. BC Racers for the Sega 32X. Pretty weak. I'm super sensitive to games that make you nauseous, but this one definitely made me nauseous. The sprite scaling effect might have impressed me as a kid, and even then, after that novelty wears off, there's just not that much game left over. It's fine. We've played worse. But I'm going to go ahead and give this a 2 out of 5. Most 32X games feel kind of rushed. They have a couple of bells and whistles that might impress for the first 5 minutes, and then they kind of fall flat. Unfortunately, this one falls into that all-too-common trope, and it makes some other cringy decisions. Alright, did you have this game, or did you just have a 32X? What are your thoughts? Please share, like, and follow. I love that lately we've been getting such a wide range of types of games. You just never know what you're going to get, and that's the fun of it. Can't wait till next time. See you then.